Hello guys, this is Vysh. So the MCQ Midnight series, which we are doing for the target of Prelims 2021. So we have already started with yesterday's episode where 25 MCQs were discussed, and please watch that episode because in that only we will tell what kind of MCQs are being covered and what is the intention of the series. All the detailing is there, so I don't want to waste time here. You can check your score. Like 20 to 25 is excellent, 15 to 20 is good, 10 to 15 revise more, and 0 to 10 means you are not studying from the right source. So please do something to change that in the next 25 days, else it's going to be very difficult on October 10th. Okay, so the first question, which of the following is true about Small Farmers Agri-Business Consortium, SFAC? So it is an exclusive society focused on increasing incomes of small and marginal farmers. It has pioneered the formation and growth of this farmer producer organization, which is in the news. SFAC offers schemes like equity grant and credit guarantee fund scheme to this FPCs. Then it is implementing the National Agricultural Market Electronic Trading Platform. Okay, that is the ENAM platform. So all these items individually also can be asked, and many questions are already been discussed in various series. So that's why I told you watch yesterday's episode. In that I'll tell you what all playlist to. I've already told you what all playlist to watch. So here all these are factual things, and all these are true. So in case any question comes, because UPSC is not going to ask all these things in one single question. So here we are giving you all the information. Like what is it? What is its ministry? It's an autonomous society promoted by Ministry of Agriculture, and it is under this act, Society Act, since 1994, and is also registered as a non-banking financial institution by RBI. And remaining things you can pause and see here. Okay, it's chaired ex officio by Honorable Union Minister of Agriculture, and here again more details are there. So whatever is there on screen, more than this about this body, question will not be asked. Okay, so whatever is there, please pause and read, else the series length will get longer. So I will just show you the question and answers discussion. This is GK. Buddhavan project, a Buddhist heritage theme park, is in which state? UPSC in once in 3 years or once in 4 years has a habit of asking very irrelevant GK kind of questions like these. So here you have to say in which state it is. So it is just that one word you have to know. It is in Telangana. More details if you want you can study, but it will not be much relevant for your exam. Now this is an interesting question. In context of international relation, 16 plus 1 or 17 plus 1 is closely related to China and whom? ASEAN, RCEP, African countries, European countries. So when people prepare, they prepare all these things which are there in option, ASEAN, RCEP and all. But these kind of other 2 plus 2 dialogues or 3 plus 2 dialogues or P5 plus 1, like that many small or little less significant groupings are there whose summit keeps happening. So that can be asked in UPSC. So this is also an interesting one like that. China and who is this being referred to? So it is China and European countries. Why? Because why these two names? Because earlier it was 16 countries plus China. Now Greece has been added recently, so that is the 17th country. So it is 17 plus 1. Okay, and European means it's all those Eastern European countries. Okay, not those rich France and Portugal, and not the Western ones, the Eastern ones. Okay, this old Russian things and all. So that kind of countries, 16 of them, and they have annual summit every time. So till 2018, it was 16 plus 1. Okay, if you see here, Sofia 2018, they're all capital cities of big countries. And then after that, from 2019, it expanded to 17 plus 1 because, as I told, Greece was invited. Okay, so again, here details are there. So 2020, 21, now virtual summit would have happened because of COVID. So that details also you can take it. But this kind of things be ready to see in the question paper. Okay, don't think like they will ask you very directly like about United Nations or WTO or World Bank. They will ask you groupings which you have not taken so much seriously. Okay. Now the largest subglacial lake, Vostok Lake, is located where? Antarctica, Russia, Canada, Sweden. So here most people will tell answer maybe Russia because the name is little Russian type, and that's what you will think. But the answer here is Antarctica, and Antarctica is very much in the news this year because of the ice shelf being broken away from Antarctica. Big ice shelves are getting broken like back to back. Every 3 months, at least one big major shelf is getting broken away. Okay, because of the global warming and all these things. So that also a detailed video is there in Vysh courses channel where daily news I'm covering. So go and watch that. But this here only a GK fact of Lake Vostok, which is a Russian name actually, but it is in the Antarctica's region. Okay, so just by heart that fact. Now this social institutions and gender index, okay, SIGI, is an index designed to measure gender equality in a society. This is a composite indicator of gender equality introduced by some body, Development Center, in 2007. It solely focuses on social institutions that impact the roles of men and women, such as a society's norms, values, and attitudes that relate to women. So this social related some things are being done. So this body, okay, which development center has started this? World Economic Forum, World Health Organization, OECD, or UNICEF. So this again, every year one report will surely come in your question paper, and almost whatever is there in the news is 99% covered in Vysh test series anyway, and you have to be ideally have been enrolled to that and studying from there. These are extra things which you are getting for free in this series. So this answer is OECD. Okay, again the detailing of that and all these things you can just read it from here. Just give me a second. But what you have to be careful is very tough questions can come. Like in 2018, the World Justice Report was asked, which nobody expected, and it was not covered in most of the test series and all. So like that, this SIGI report can also be asked. Now, periodic labor force survey seen in news is based on survey methodology of which body? Department of Labor, Niti Aayog, NSSO, CSO. So here the survey is done by NSSO. So National Sample Survey Office, which will be in the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. This is the one who have been doing this, and you have to know the difference between all these bodies. Okay, NSSO is there, CSO is there, Central Statistical Office. Then there is a combined one, bigger one, National Statistic Office, NSO. Okay, this is NSSO, but there is an NSO also. So clearly understand what is the difference between NSSO, CSO, and NSO. If you are enrolled to my test series, there will be some MCQ which explains all of them. But else, please Google it and clearly find out which comes under what. Okay. These are again details, you can pause it and see. Which of the following is false about Organization of Islamic State, OIS, which also has a high potential to be asked, because they usually, they have already asked GCC and G20 and all. So maybe next one will be this one. So it was founded in 1969. Official languages are Arabic, English, and French. India has been granted associate member status in 2019. So which of the following is false means remaining three should be true. So here, India is not an associate member. India but was in 2019 invited as a guest of honor. That is why it was in news. So it is expected from 2019 exam that it will be asked, but it is still now not asked. But UPSC has a habit of skipping 2-3 years and then asking a current affair which was 2 years old. So expect questions. Okay. So you can see like which all members, 57 members are there, and their motto and whatever they stand for, all these things are mentioned here, and they are very much in the news now because of this Taliban issue and all the crisis which is happening in the Arabian side and Western side. It's in the news. Now the first Indian ruler to organize Hajj pilgrimage at state's expenses. Okay, this also was in the news 1 year back. So when did it start? Who started this concept of state expenses? So Akbar, Feroz Shah Tughlaq, Aurangzeb, Alauddin Khilji. So here the answer is Akbar. Okay, a static thing, just by heart it. Low level equilibrium trap. It refers to what? Moneylenders and formal banks lending at low rate. NPAs reduce but economy does not revive back. People are too poor to save and invest. Revenue deficit and fiscal deficit reduces but per capita income does not increase. So which of the following is this term? And this is there in your economic survey, last year's economic survey. So here it is, people are too poor to save and invest. Okay, it is a concept in economics developed by this person in which at low levels of per capita income, people are too poor to save and invest much, and this low level of investment result in low rate of growth in national income. As per capita income rises above a certain minimum level at which there is zero saving, a rising proportion of income will be saved and invested, and this will lead to higher rate of growth in income. So you don't have money to save, you cannot invest, and so it affects the national economy as well. Okay, so that term, low level equilibrium trap. Now these are again reports in a single question, 5, 6, 7 reports you will study. So which of the following are matched correctly? Environment outlook. These are all similar ones. I took it so that in one shot you study it and revise it. Okay, because these are the ones which gets confused in the exam hall. So global environment outlook, interim economic outlook, world economic outlook, M&A, global outlook, global wetlands outlook, global economic prospect. One more is there, world situation prospect or something, that in the explanation I'll show you. So here one thing I'll tell you, all these are matched incorrectly. All of them are wrong. So answer is none of these. So here if you see, don't look at this one now, else you will again by heart wrong things. Just look the correct answer here. So global environmental outlook. So environment is the most important body, you know, UNEP. So that is the environment. Now interim economic outlook. First you should know World Economic. World Economic Outlook is the most famous magazine of or the report of IMF. And then interim is there, which is given by OECD. Same like that, OECD has many other things also, like South Asia Economic Outlook or West Asia, like that. For sub-regional things, they do it. Okay, so such things you should go and see. Then M&A Global Outlook is like a private one, JP Morgan. Then Global Wetlands. Wetlands, you know, Ramsar Convention on Wetlands. They are the ones who release it. Then Global Economic Prospects. That is by World Bank Group. Okay, and here if you see, don't confuse that with World Economic Situation and Prospect Report. Okay, because this is by this United Nations groups. Okay, this UNDESA is there, and then United Nations 5 regional commissions are there, like for Europe, for Asia. There are 5 commissions are there. So that 5 plus UNDESA, there's plus UNCTAD, all this together makes this one. Okay, this one World Economic Situation. Okay, so the world one is United Nations and the global one is World Bank. Okay, so like that, try to remember. Then here Wetland International, just about them, details are given. It's a global organization that works to sustain and restore wetlands and their resources for people and biodiversity. It's an independent, not-for-profit global organization supported by government and NGO membership from around the world. Then its head office is in Netherlands. It is founded in 1937 as International Wildfowl Inquiry, and the organization was focused on the protection of water birds. So these are again just taken about me page of that thing, because from that only UPSC will form statements. Later many bodies like this emerged. Okay, so wherever you see Interwider or Wetlands of America, all these are related to that final Wetlands International body. Okay, so they work in a lot of things. Even though they started with birds, census and all these things, it has been expanded to various other things. Okay, even water bird census is there. Now this is a very interesting environment question which UPSC keeps asking. So one species is unaffected or they benefit, but the other one is harmed by a poison or toxin from the first one. So this interaction is which one? This communalism, parasitism, exploitation, antibiosis. There are many more, you know, mutual things is there, then predation is there. So all these things are very important. You have to know at least two examples of all the things also. In our test series, everything is covered with pictures and tables and all. So you will surely know it. So here when poison is coming into picture from one of the species, which one is the answer? So here the answer is antibiosis. So one thing first you have to know, this maybe you have not studied, but you would have studied amnalism. Okay, amnalism is amnesalism. Okay, in this what is this? Where one species is negatively affected, which while other one has no effect. For example, I'll tell you a simple example. There is a big tree, suppose, and there is a small tree. Okay, and sunlight is coming, and this big tree, because the small tree is in the shadow of the big tree, it is not getting the sunlight properly. Okay, so that means the big tree is not doing anything or not having any effect. It is enjoying that sunlight, but because of that tall tree, the small tree next to it, okay, because of the shadow, it is not getting it. Okay, so that is like it is having a negative effect. Okay, very simple example I told, but there are more better examples in the textbook. So that is the example of amensalism. Now the same thing, but that is just a shadow. But what if the bigger one was secreting some toxic or poison something, because of which the other one is getting affected? That time it is called antibiosis. Okay, meaning the one species is not affected, other one is affected. So that is antibiosis. Again, more examples are given here, which like producing some oxalic acid and all, so it prevents something from growing. And here again penicillin, something will be there and it will inhibit the growth of bacteria. So like that, when something is inhibiting the growth of something else because of its toxic being released, then it is antibiosis. Okay, now which of the following are true? Jain monastic establishments were called basadis. Jainism gained patronage under Kalinga ruler Kharavela. So this is directly taken from your R.S. Sharma textbook, which I have done full lectures, 27 chapters lecture series I have done. So here if you see, both 1 and 2 are true, and the textbook screenshots also I am showing you where spread of Jainism is clearly given, and from this only every year questions are being asked. Still UPSC makes it tough in the way of options, and students are not able to recollect it, and they tell like exams is very tough. It is actually not tough. You have not revised the textbook properly. So please go and watch that R.S. Sharma series today itself. You will be able to get lot and lot of facts. From that alone, if you make notes, then you don't have to worry about your ancient history questions. Okay. So here if you see Jaina monastic establishments are called basadis. It is mentioned here, and then it spread to Orissa also, where this patronage was there under the king Kharavela, okay, who had defeated the princess of Andhra and Magadha. So again, more details are here. You can pause and read all this, but better I'd say go and watch the R.S. Sharma series. In 2 days, 3 days, you can finish it because everything is there already. Okay. Zamindars during the Mughal rule may have had which of the following duties or functions? This is already asked by UPSC in a different format. So police, military, judicial. So here answer is 1, 2, 3, and this topic is very important. In 2019, they asked a very, very detailed question comparing zamindars with jagirdar. Okay, because you should know both came. Zamindars were more relevant after the Britishers and all came. But before that itself, in the Sultanate Delhi times, jagirdar was there in most of the kingdoms. Okay, in the Khalji also, in Akbar time also. So that you have to know the clear difference. Okay, because zamindars have some other powers, or they stay outside the plot which they get. As a jagirdar will stay there itself, and some gets in cash, some gets in kind, and some will be like hereditary. It goes from father to son. Others will not go. So like that, many minute differences are there between zamindar and jagirdar, and it is a UPSC asked question already. So I have given the full notes in this particular thing. You should pause this and make notes of this if you are not part of my test series, and read this. So this is jagirdar explanation, and this is zamindar explanation. Okay, so make notes of this entire thing, because question can again repeat in 2021 or 22. So this will be enough for you to answer anything from this topic. Now, which of the following are true about Jamdani saris? It finds its origin in Andhra Pradesh, meaning from there they first found out something like this and then started spreading across the world. Then it is known for being lightweight saris. So here if you see the origin, as I told, UPSC will always make it wrong. It is actually wrong. It is not an Indian thing. It started outside. It started in Bangladesh, and then it came down south, and then now we have something called Upada Jamdani, okay, in the Andhra region. It has got GI tag also from Andhra. So now, why it's important? Because the same Upada Jamdani was asked in 2018 prelims in match the following. Okay, and here all the GI tagged items from Andhra I've given here, and entire thing whichever got GI, it will be there somewhere in our test series anyway. Okay, if it's current affair or if it's older one, entire table I have mapped it here and there in different MCQs. So if you do my test series alone, then anything which comes in the exam will be covered for you. Okay, so again pause and see. Now, industrial security annex. Okay, this was in news in 2018-19 time. It is news related to ASEAN or European Union or Middle East. Which one it is? So this one is actually between India and USA. Okay, India and USA had been signing the, USA has different kind of agreements. Okay, like here if you see LEMOA is there, which we signed in 2016. Then GISMOA is there. Okay, it's like one is for space, one is for military, one is for defense, one is for using each other's land. Like that, many things are there. If you see basic exchange cooperation, now almost everything is signed. I think 4 or 5 are there in total, and we have already signed in customized versions. Okay, because for India they'll make it a little bit customized so that we can align by it. So that Comcast is also there. So these kind of various things, as I told, in MCQs will be there, especially in current affair test. So here in between a 2+2 dialogue. Okay, 2+2 is where their defense and external ministers will meet with each other. So that time India and USA signed this industrial security annex. So this kind of things, whichever India signs with big nations, you have to buy heart. Okay, not everything, but maybe if it's with a big African grouping, or maybe America, or maybe European Union, then you have to know these terms. Okay, because UPSC have already asked it last year also, a very tough one. Some agreement name they gave and asked like between whom and whom it is. Okay, so that you have to know. Now, national park, all the bullet points are already given. You have to just identify the national park. It was established in 1908 on recommendation of Mary Curzon, wife of Lord Curzon. The park is located in eastern Himalayan biodiversity. It is declared as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. It hosts the vulnerable one-horned rhinos, and it was declared a tiger reserve in 2006. Okay, so it's a World Heritage Site, it's a tiger reserve, it is a biodiversity area. So that only one place is there in India. So you should know this. UPSC have already asked question, but I gave you some extra facts like the relation with Lord Curzon and UNESCO. So these kind of factuals may come in the exam also. Okay, in the form of 1, 2, 3 statements, they'll give all these things. So in the question itself, I have given everything. Manas, Orang, and Kaziranga, Pobitora, all these are in Assam. Okay, so that's also one GK fact for you. So here answer is Kaziranga. So please by heart this. It's a very important national park, and a question is expected. Okay. Which of the following are true about Global Reporting Initiative, GRI? It was set up in 2019 by OECD. It helps businesses, governments, and other organizations understand and communicate their impact on issues such as climate change, human rights, and corruption. So here, again, the origin is wrong because it is not set up by this thing, okay, OECD. It's actually independent, international independent organization, which was in 1919. But its founder groups will have even UNEP, so that you have to know. Global Reporting Initiative, the founder groups will have UNEP. I can show you the entire thing here. Here you can see Amsterdam, Netherlands is its headquarters, founded in 1997. And if you see, Secretariat is here, and UNEP and some other institutes are involved in setting this up. Okay, so it helps in business, governments, and all the organizations for general issues. Okay. So like this, just try to get the facts alone. That alone will help you clear the prelims. Plain packaging seen in news is related to which one? Water bottles, tobacco, fast foods, and organic foods. This again, most of you will know because packaging related disputes were going on for tobacco. Okay, so what is this thing? And Australia was the first country to do this. This kind of things are detailing is given. Okay, this is just cut out from the Hindu newspaper. You just read it. Okay, but most important, you have to know the latest developments of tobacco and how much, like, 85% of the pack should have the warning, the like it is like injurious to your health and all those things that should have. Okay, with pictures. So that is the new rule globally. So that kind of basic things you have to know. Now, which of the following is false? Sri Lanka is more literate nation than India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. And China has more livestock population than India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. So this is again taken from Economic Survey Statistics. Okay, there is a chapter on animal husbandry and all these things, animal sector. So here if you see, which of the following is false? Second one, obviously, because you should know a fact that India is the country with the highest livestock population. Okay, and literacy order, it is correct. Sri Lanka is first one, then India, then Bangladesh, then Pakistan. So you make a mnemonic something SIBP. Okay, SIBP. So that is the order of literacy. Okay, so both have been asked also earlier in UPSC. Now, Chola inscriptions of Tamil Nadu refers to more than 400 terms describing various taxes. So which of the following terms are matched correctly? Kadamai and Vetti. I think already one of them is asked in UPSC. So here we have actually reversed it. The answer. So if you see below, Kadamai was the land revenue imposed upon all the farming lands of the Chola kingdom. All these taxes helped the kings to build temples and palaces, as well as funding the military activities for waging wars with neighboring kingdoms. So Kadamai is the land revenue. Then Vetti was a tax imposed upon the forced laborers who had to work in the lands of the richer people. Okay, so Vetti is the forced labor thing, and Kadamai is the land revenue. Okay, so there were taxes or cesses charged on almost everything in the Chola days, including thatching of houses, using a ladder to climb trees, succession to property. For everything they used to charge taxes because they needed for funding for the architectural works also, because they have done a lot of temple works, which is even like big wonders in South India now, and military reasons also. Okay, so if you see here, numerous types of taxes were there. Now, any interesting question? You might see a few curious Danes around, but this is because it used to be a Danish outpost. This quaint town with its fort and a beautiful church, the New Jerusalem, empty streets, and deserted beachfront is a quaint gem. This place referred to in this quotation lies on which coast? Tamil Nadu coast, Karnataka coast, Kerala coast, or Goa coast? So this Jerusalem and all is in news, and even the Britishers and Europeans and everyone coming into India, that's also keeps coming in the news in some speeches or somewhere. So this Danish post, okay, that is actually what the intention of this question, but we just phrased it in a philosophical way. So where is it located, this particular town? So it's in Tamil Nadu coast, and this is a 1996 UPSC question. Okay, and in my spectrum lectures, which I took 3-4 years back, in chapter 2, all the outposts with the map I have given. Okay, where all Danish posts are there located in India, that is shown. Okay, so please go and watch that series again. That's what I'm telling you. If you simply watch Vysh's lectures alone, you are going to clear this prelims. Okay, you just need 100 marks out of 200, and for that you just need to solve 50 questions. So 50 questions, 55 questions will be solvable from our test series plus lecture plus all the guidance video I put. You will be able to clear, but you have to be very dedicated in that, not like for the sake of watching it. Which of the following are true? Every year, the government fixes a target for disinvestment of PSCs. Then 2017-18 was the first time when government achieved more revenue than its target set for disinvestment. You know, this privatization is again in the news. So this much percentage will be given to private sector, either fully with ownership or maybe just for running it for this many years. So it's happening every year, that we know. So first one is true. Now the second one is actually wrong. Okay, even though 2017-18 we have got more than what we set the target, and we have been doing it for many years, I think. But in long back itself, 1991, there was a target for 2,500 crore, and we have got 3,040 crore. So it was there from the starting itself. Okay, you know, that time like LPG reforms were there, liberalization, privatization and all. So a lot of privatization was happening, and it actually went above target. And now it's like in lakh crores. Okay, that time it was 1,000 crores. Now it is lakh crores target is there, and we are able to achieve it also. I think 18-19 or 19-20, one of the year we couldn't achieve it, but now again it's back to track. Okay. Now Kalidasa. Which of the following are true about Kalidasa? His most famous play, Abhijnana Shakuntalam, is a love story of a king. Then in his play, kings and Brahmins are speaking Sanskrit, and common men are speaking Prakrit. So the second and third statement is correct. First one is also correct. Okay. This is asked because already UPSC very recently asked another one play. I forgot the name of that. I think Malavika Agnimitra, where the question was like this only. Which of the following is a love story between some two people? Okay, one king and a maid or something like that. They formed a very philosophical kind of thing. So that means the theme of the book also you had to know. So that is why this question is formed. Okay. Now the entire detailing. Okay, I have given here a big image also from Wikipedia I have put, so that will show you in the next page. So here whatever you see, his language and what he used to do, it's very difficult, I know, to by heart all this, but you have to know because UPSC is asking them. Okay, Kumar Sambhava, Meghaduta, okay, and here if you see again Raghuvamsha, these are all his books which are different things. Okay, one will be a epic, one will be a story, one will be a poem. So here the entire thing is there. Okay, if you can't see this, just if you have a test series, click the link or go to Wikipedia and read this. Okay, his three important plays, Abhijnana Shakuntalam, see Malavika Agnimitram. This only was asked by UPSC. See, story of a king who falls in love with a picture of a girl, a servant girl. Okay, this was asked by UPSC exactly like this. So please expect it. Okay, then here Vikramo Okay, again Vikram and Urvashi, two people. Then here if you see Raghuvamsha and Kumar Sambhava are the two epics. So if they ask what is the two epics, these are the two epics. Then here this Khanda Kavyas means minor poems. So here again some Rusamhara, Ritusamhara something. Then here Meghaduta, which is cloud messenger, which is a story of a yaksha trying to send a message to his lover through a cloud. So this what you see on screen is very important because UPSC have already asked question from this same type. Okay. Now, National Real Estate Development Council is autonomous self-regulatory body under which ministry? Okay, so it is under Housing and Urban Affairs. Okay, and this whatever is you see on screen, if you want you can read, but it's not very important. Okay, it's not always in the news, but because once it was there, I picked a question. So National Real Estate thing. Okay, because you know it's a land-related real estate kind of thing. It is under Housing and Urban Affairs. Okay, under 1998 it is there, and more details you can pause and see. Now, which of the following passes through three continents? This also every year questions are coming. Like last year, I think they asked like which of the following are the states which pass through, or Eastern Ghats pass through where, Western Ghats pass through which all states, Eastern Himalayas pass through which all states, or if you go from here to here, then how many states you pass. So this kind of important lines, standard lines, you should know exactly through which all it passes. Okay, like which all exact country, that also you should know, but they are asking the count. Okay, so if you see equator and Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn and Greenwich Meridian, everything passes through three continents. Okay, so if you see equator, you know Africa, if you know, everything passes. Africa passes through equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. And if you see South American countries are there, Asian countries are there through equator. Then Cancer, if you see that also, you know, even India is there. So Africa, Asia and North America is there. Okay, Mexico and all will be there. Then Greenwich Meridian time, you know, it starts from where? London. So that is Europe. After that it goes through Africa. African 2-3 countries are there. Then after that it goes down and hits the Antarctica. So three continents. Tropic of Capricorn also, it's below India. So South American, some countries are there, Brazil and all. And then Africa again it will be there. Then Australia is there. So this way, three countries. So I have given everything, and we have a revision chart also where exact number of countries I'll show. Okay, I think Tropic of Cancer passed through 17 countries. Tropic of Capricorn passed through 10 countries. Equator also passed through some 13-14 countries. Okay, all those names you have to study. It's there in my revision chart. Please go and study that. Now, Forest City and Robotic Future City, where China is hugely investing. This is a very old current affair, but GK question. Okay, here actually it's Malaysia. In Malaysia, and many robotics related things were there in news. So in mains, it is very important. And this place names also, whatever you see on screen. So that's why we picked this kind of science GK question. Okay, else it's not very important. Now, one more thing before ending the session. back-to-back lectures are being put. I don't know, 90% of the people are not watching it, and you are just watching MCQ series. Whether it's whichever year, especially 2022, if you don't start watching now, okay, even see next 2 days lectures are already scheduled, and like that, back to back, I think minimum 3 to 4 lectures per day we are doing. That too, not like other channels where they are simply putting some 2-minute series or mini series or some unwanted junk. It is actually proper full lectures. Okay, we are doing geography textbooks, all the textbooks. See, new textbook is starting tomorrow. Society lectures we are doing, post independence lecture we are doing, ethics lecture we are doing. Meaning your prelims and mains complete preparation can be done for free in this channel, and which is happening only in this channel in this country. So please don't waste this opportunity, because no one is supporting us. I know the subscriber count is like stuck. Okay, it's not even moving. 52.4 subscribers is there since many months. Okay, you people, if you don't support, you are losing out an opportunity. We can simply pick this and put it in an app and give it to you in a paid course. Okay, we can charge like other channels like 60,000, 80,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh. We can also charge and make money, and we are doing it free of cost. And if you don't support us, it's very, very a sad thing. Okay, so please see to it that you just hit subscribe. Okay, hit subscribe and ask more people to subscribe, even from your family or relatives. Just hit subscribe and make this channel visible, make more people know about it. Okay, else you are going to lose something, and you are going to pay for this like every other institute you are paying. Okay, so I'll wind up this. Please hit subscribe. That is the only request, so that we can keep this channel running. I'll come with the next video. Thank you and have a nice day.